In late 2019, we identified consumer vulnerability as a priority area for further examination. A lot has certainly changed since then. We have not lost sight of our original vision to develop a better understanding of how to ensure consumers experiencing vulnerability have access to the essential services they need and appropriate support. At the same time, we are acutely aware that the events of this year have exacerbated existing forms of vulnerability and created new ones as well. We are committed to acting with purpose and developing a pathway to ensuring consumers have equitable access to essential services. Our work in developing a vulnerability strategy will be a first step in our long-term goal to strengthen how we address consumer vulnerability across the Commission's work. To start, our vulnerability strategy will have two very important elements. It will draw on evidence to define vulnerability in a changing economic environment. It will bring the voices of consumers experiencing vulnerability to our regulatory processes. To be published in mid-2021, the strategy will seek to provide a contemporary definition of consumer vulnerability and identify measurable and achievable outcomes across our regulatory functions. And this will set a pathway for us to take a consistent and coordinated long-term approach to supporting consumers experiencing vulnerability and ensuring equitable access to essential services. So the insights gathered in our research and engagement program will inform our problem definition, including a definition of consumer vulnerability and priority areas of focus. And this will help us identify the most significant potential risks to consumers in the marketplace. Using this definition and emerging themes and risks, we will work in partnership with our stakeholders to identify measurable and achievable outcomes. And these outcomes will give us a long-term pathway that will inform the Commission's future work.